Professor Hitch here, and today I want to talk to you about point of view and how to use it in your writing. Okay, let's get started. First thing you need to know, there are 3 points of view. First person, second person, and third person. We'll go through each of them one at a time. As you can see here, I have words associated with first person and examples. For words associated with third person, I've got I, me, my, we, us, ours. Could throw in mine. These words indicate a personal perspective that I am talking about myself, which is essentially what first person is, talking about yourself or talking about something intimately associated with you. An example of first person writing would be, I believe that taxes should be lowered. Great. You know from the first person perspective, I believe that I literally do believe what I just wrote down here. Let's flip over to second person. Second person is a little more straightforward. You, yours. This is not a comprehensive list. I may be leaving something out, but essentially you. If a first person perspective is talking about myself, a second person perspective is talking about you. You might disagree with my perspective on taxes. This is a combination of second person mixed with a little bit of first person here. Then you have third person. Here's where it gets really interesting. You have he, she, they, his, hers, theirs, and the list goes on. It's a long list. For third person, you could say something like, he thinks taxes should be higher. Who is this person? I don't know. But they think taxes should be higher than they currently are. However, third person is not just relegated simply to some of the pronouns that you see here. Another example would be author Smith writes, taxes should be higher. I don't know. It's a quote. We found it on page 3. There are no pronouns in here. We just only have names. We have people. We have things. And yet still this is third person. So you can think of third person in one of 2 ways. You can think of it either A, as that list of pronouns that you see, he, she, they, his, hers, theirs. However, you can also think of it in a second way, that it is something that is not first or second person. If it is not one of the other 2, then it must be third person. Because certainly, to my knowledge as an English instructor, there is no fourth person. If you're watching this video and you know otherwise, please drop a comment to let me know and educate me. That said, I want to point something out about the differences between first and third person. I'm going to write the same sentence again. I believe that taxes should be lowered. What's that about? You might be tempted to say it's about taxes. You're not completely wrong if you do. However, notice how the sentence starts. It starts with I believe, me. I believe. That means this sentence on some level is about myself. Now, if the essay is about myself, it's about my views on an issue, in this case taxes, great, you're done. However, watch what happens here when I take out I believe. Taxes should be lowered. If I am the author of that sentence, you know that I agree with that sentence unless I've stated otherwise, unless I've said, and I disagree, or I've suggested something to that effect. However, despite the fact I believe taxes should be lowered, I didn't write it down there. And now the only thing that's left that sentence could be about is taxes and the fact that they should be lowered. Notice how switching from the first to third person perspective can focus what you're writing about. You may sometimes have a teacher, myself included, tell you that you need to have less first person writing in your essay, and this is a prime example of what I or any other teacher might be talking about. When you add first person into an essay, it makes the essay about yourself. If that's the purpose of the essay, great. Otherwise, you may want to default back to third person. Some students tell me that this can be a hard way to think and write, and I absolutely sympathize. My advice would be the following. Continue writing your essay in first person. Your first draft can be all first person. But as you edit and you come to your second and perhaps final draft, use Control F, or on a Mac it would be Command F, and take a look at where those eyes are in your document. From here, it should be really easy to simply look for the highlighted text, delete the appropriate number of words, and come up with the new third-person perspective. Okay, that's all for now. I hope this was helpful.